Okay, so this is something that I hardly ever do, but I've got a few people pushing me now to say, you need to set up a YouTube page. And my answer is always, I don't like looking at the camera and I don't like speaking. So I'm giving it a little go today. And I thought I'd start by giving you all a little bit more of a detailed look around Rose Rage, the car that has recently come in. I know you're aware that the engine has suspected head gasket failure, still not 100% sure. So without further ado, I'm going to take the cover off and I'm going to give you a quick tour round. Excuse the mess and chaos in my unit, it's really quite small, and with this car in here, it's making things 10 times worse. So without further ado, let's take the covers off and show you around. So front end of Rose Rage, as you can see, lots missing. It has a Mazda MX5 1600 engine in it, with suspected head gasket failure. The reason that I say that is because when the car was originally started up and put on the trailer, some of you in the video could pick up just how badly it sounded. It came back and the mechanic took a look at it, and we needed to get the dashboard working. The dashboard was totally dead on Rage and still is, and obviously won't be up and running now. And without that dashboard, I couldn't see what oil pressure I'd got, I couldn't see what the water temperature was doing. So I then found out that it looked like people had cut into the main wiring loom, and I was also aware that I was missing a wiring loom. These cars, I think, have 3 or 4 separate looms, so that was the reason why the dash wouldn't work. I then did a bit of a service on it. It ran out of fuel, moving it in and out of the workshop, so it was suggested that I change the spark plugs, which I did, and let it run up to temperature, and topped the coolant up. Then when I did that, the car presented a couple of problems, one of them being a leak from down by the head here, and it was puffing out white smoke, and believe you me, when I started this thing, the fumes were absolutely killing me. They were literally burning my eyes, and like I say, people have messed about so much with it that it's hard to tell what should be there and what shouldn't be there. So I have a huge grand plan, which I'll talk to you about later on in the week maybe. So we move from the engine, we'll just have a quick look at the bodywork. So the car originally was blue. Just started putting a base coat of black on it, just literally to see how it looked, and as you can see, it's not finished. I need to keep pushing the car outside to continue with the paintwork, and that is really difficult now that the engine isn't running. The car is very, very heavy for me. So I have a friend's husband who's coming in to bolt my winch to the floor, and then hopefully I can push the car out and get it back in with no problems at all. So Morris Minor doors, but as you can see, the roof has been chopped on this car, so glass will have to be cut, and we'll have to think about the design, whether I keep the quarter light panel in as the original Morris Minor. I don't know. It's a job for the future. So inside the car, everything's pretty much bare. It's retained the original Morris Minor dashboard. I do believe somebody did start to put an MX5 dash in it, and then that was pulled out by the previous owner. So as you can see, there is an awful lot of work to do to get Rage into a road-going car. Probably end up on the track first, because I know my daughter wants to be at the track, next year with the guys from Rapmog on the pod. So as you can see in the back there, a lot of work to do. It's got acrylic in the back windows and the side windows, and then the front drivers and passengers window needs sorting, and it also needs a front screen. Lots of mess down here, lots of connections. Most of those are to the dash binnacle, which doesn't work. We've got the ECU over here, and then we were very kindly given a little box of bits. Back end of the car. I'm not going to open the boot for you at the minute because I've got one of the hinges that has let go and needs repair, so I don't want to open the boot for you, but I will show you that at a later date. You'll see that holes were cut for rear lights. They were just literally rear brake lights. I have a plan to put in lights from I think it's a Porsche 935, but correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen them on another build and they look pretty cool. Again, that's a job for the future. Now, when the car was strapped on to transport it home, one of the guys pulled up the straps on one side really quite tight, and I don't know whether you can see from this angle, but we've got one wheel sort of pointing towards me, but then we've got the other one leaning right out. I don't know now whether the damage is at the rack here, I'm not sure. The other problem that we've got that was pointed out is that the suspension, somebody fitted a lift kit. Why you'd fit a lift kit to this car, I'll never know. And basically the suspension arms are actually bottoming out on the wishbones now. So there's another job, but with my grand plan, the engine is coming out, so I will start working on the engine bay once it's empty, and then have a look at the suspension, make sure that steering rack's okay, and then hopefully, as if by magic, a new, slightly larger engine may appear. So that's our little look around Rose Rage for today. There's no point me taking you guys around Muriel. She's sat at a different garage anyway, and she's just a shell, which most of you will have seen from the photos. But hopefully you've enjoyed my first little video update.